history. It's like the changing of the seasons and the tides of the sea. But here's the one that's driving me berserk. Why do only fools and horses work? La 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 la, la 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 la, la la la, la 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 la, la la la.
Hi guys, it's Emma Maris here, host for Only Fools and Horses Quiz Part 3 Answers. Now I hope you've all been enjoying the Only Fools and Horses quizzes. I've enjoyed doing these. There's Quiz Part 4, that's the final one, so I'm going to be posting that tomorrow, so keep your eyes peeled for that. So let's get on with the answers of the quiz. So series 4, I'll be talking about 3 of the episodes. Happy Returns, which was the first episode of series 4. It's Only Rock and Roll, which I think was the middle episode of the series, and Watching the Girls Go By, which was the second episode from the last. So let's get on to Happy Returns. So this series doesn't appear Grandad, it appears Uncle Albert for the first time. Okay, so Happy Returns. So in this episode, number 1, why would Rodney not ask for the porno magazine himself? And the reason why, because Debbie, who Rodney was seeing at the same time, is serving. So it tells Dell to buy in the magazine. So Debbie said, yeah, which one do you want? And then Dell goes, yeah, which one do you want, Rodney? And he's just pointing at the magazine and going, Dell, you're embarrassing me though. Question 2. How much did Delboy give the little boy who was running across the road to get himself an ice cream? Well, the answer is 50p. Yes, but he wanted another 50p to get his brother an ice cream. But for this, it's 50p. Okay. So number 3, why was the little boy's mother angry with him? The reason why, he let down the tyres of Dell's 3-wheeled van. Question 4, we found out later on that the little boy's mother is in fact Delboy's ex-fiancée, but can you give me her name? So the character's name is Junie, and there's a fact about the actress who plays her. She plays Nana in a soap opera called Hollyoaks. Yeah. She's much older now. Okay, question 5. What did Mickey Pierce tell Dell he was learning at evening school that prompted Dell to ask Mickey to say something in it? And the answer is Haikido. I love Dell's response to this. So let's move on to It's Only Rock and Roll. Okay, number 1. In this episode, Rodney was a member of a rock and roll band. What was his role in the band? So he was a drummer. Number 2. What type of damaged girl's toy was Dell attempting to shift? It was talking dolls, but they had like a Dell sending them, and it said exterminate. Question 3. What famous pop group at the time did Dell say the band had not quite reached the standard of? And the answer is Duran Duran. Question 4. After Rodney left the band, they appeared on a famous TV show. Can you name the show? And the answer is Top of the Pops. Of course it was. Try to remember what they named themselves. Is it a bunch of Wallies or something like that? I love the song. Boys will be boys, they'll be boys. Question 5. Can you recall the nickname that Dell given to the lead singer of the band? And the answer is Mental Mickey. They didn't like to be called Mental Mickey, did they? And Watching the Girls Go By. Now this is the second to last episode of the series. So question 1. In the opening scenes, who was Delboy playing cards with? And it's only one character, and it was Boyce. Trigger was there, but he was just watching. Question 2. The Nag's Head was organising a party evening. How much were the tickets? They were £2.50 each, but if you bought them 2 together, they were £5. So they were £2.50 each. Question 3. How much money did Rodney bet Nicky Pierce that he was bringing a girl to the party at the Nag's Head? Dell thought at first it was a £50 note, and actually it was a 50p coin. And Dell goes, "Oh, you and Mickey Pierce, you act like bloody kids." And question 4, can you recall the name of the sweet that Dell said Rodney looked like? Because he was wearing like a white suit and a black shirt, I think it was. And the sweet is a licorice all sort. Question 5, what was the Christian name of the German girl Uncle Albert told Rodney and Dell he once fell in love with? And the answer is Helga. It's when they're talking around the table. Talk about girlfriends and that stuff. So there we go. Let's watch them girls go by. Okay, moving on to series 5. Again, now we're talking about From Prussia with Love, The Longest Night, and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. From Prussia with Love, that was the first episode. Longest Night, I think it must have been 3rd episode. And Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I think, is the last episode. So yeah, let's move on to From Prussia with Love. From Prussia with Love. Okay. Question 1. What is the name of German pregnant woman who we see in the opening scene of the episode? Now, her name is Anna. Question 2. What type of student was she? She was a language student. She was, I think she was learning English and something else. I know she's a language student. I think she was studying English and something else. I think it was French. Not wrong. So question 3. When Dell first spoke to the German girl, which one of his foreign phrases did he use? So he used his French phrases, and this was au revoir, au revoir. Question 4. Which 2 characters wanted to adopt the German girl's baby girl? And the answer is Boyce and Marlene, because at the time they couldn't conceive. So there was something wrong with Boyce. Because Boyce, Jaffa. Question 5. Which tennis girl player did Dell claim was the girl's cousin? And the answer is Boris Becker. Okay, Boris Becker. I can't remember Boris Becker. Okay, let's move on to The Longest Night. Question 1. What amount of money did the poster say at the supermarket that said that 1 millionth visitor to the store would win? And the answer is 1,000. Question 2. Why were Dell, Rodney and Uncle Albert stopped when they left the store by the head of security? Because he stopped them on false claims of shoplifting. So if you've got shoplifting, you can have that as well. Number 3. What nickname did the shoplifter inform Dell that police had given him? And it is the Shadow. Am I in heaven or am I now? Call me the Shadow. Question 4. What did Uncle Albert pretend to be suffering from in an attempt to distract the shoplifter? And he was pretending he had a heart attack. That was funny. I love that episode, it's funny. And question 5. What in fact is the shoplifter's real name? And the answer is Lennox Shelby. Hope I got the surname right. I know his first name was Lennox. I'm sure I got Shelby right. Okay, and the final episode is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Not the quiz show, the episode. What is the name of Del Boy's old friend who we see chatting with Boyce? And the answer is Jumbo Mills. Question 2. What was the bet that Dell made with Boyce about Dell's old friend? They were betting that Jumbo was wearing a wig and Boyce said it weren't a wig. Question 3. How much was the above bet for? And the answer was £10. But Dell won the bet because he did in fact wear a wig. He said that he had hair problems, but said they'll grow back. Yeah, right. Question 4. Why was Rodney refused an immigration visa to enter Australia? Because we remember in previous episode that he had a criminal record for taking drugs. Question 5. True or false? Dell boy goes to Australia for a new life. No, he doesn't. That's false. Well, if he did go to Australia, there would be no Only Fools and Horses, would there? Okay, so let's move on to series 6. Now you see a new character in this, so it's Cassandra, who we see in series 6. So let's talk about Yuppie Love, which was the first episode of series 6. Then I'll talk about Sickness and Wealth, which I think is the episode before Little Problems, and Little Problems is the last episode of series 6, where they get married. Okay, so this is Yuppie Love. Question 1, what diploma course did Rodney tell Uncle Albert he was studying for at the beginning of the episode? Which was computering in Diploma. Question 2, when Rodney was 11 years old, what type of gas did he say was being introduced to the estate? And the answer is North Sea gas. Question 3, when Dell was trying to impress the woman in the wine bar, what type of market did he say he worked in? The answer is the Commandite. I can't even say it. Commandite. Can't say it. That market. Oh god, I'm rubbish at pronouncing that big word. Okay, question 4. What made Cassandra first approach Rodney at the evening college? It was in fact that Rodney had Cassandra's raincoat on. To get mixed up, same coat. I'm sure Cassandra bought it off Dell. Question 5. What type of pie did Mark accuse Trigger of stealing? And it is in fact a pork pie, which we see Trigger gave to Dell. Okay, so this is Sickness and Wealth. So number 1, what was the name of the Scottish doctor Dell boy was very friendly with? And the answer is, you can have Dr. Meadows or you could have Robbie. Question 2, what drink did Dell mix into his Andrew's liver salts for his sore stomach? Ew, it was a brandy. I don't like brandy though. I've tried it once, it was like, ooh, there we go. Just don't like the taste of it, too strong. Question 3, what did Dell book a room at the Nag's Head for that involved Elsie Partridge? And the answer is in fact seance. It didn't go well at the end apparently. Number 4, what city in India did Dell boy's doctor say was from? Dell said about his stomach, said, you're getting the New Delhi, don't you? And the Indian doctor goes, no, I'm from New Delhi. I was like, oh. I can't remember what he said after that. Question 5. What was Dell boy's diagnosed as suffering from when he was at a hospital? And he was suffering from stress, but he got diagnosed with a bowel syndrome, I think, some bowel syndrome. If you've got stress or something about bowel syndrome, you can have that. Okay, so talking about little problems. So this is the final episode of series 6, so let's start on question 1. In this episode, who offered Rodney a job if he'd passed his exams? And the answer is Alan Parry. Question 2, what initials did Dell have placed after Rodney's name when he had headed note paper printed for the Trotters Independent Traders? So they were reading this sheet and it said Trotters Independent, said, oh, so our company is Tit and got Dick at the end of my name. So it stands for Diploma in Computering, but it looked well on a headed noted paper, didn't it? Question 3. What were Trigger and Boyce watching in the Nag's Head pub? And they're watching horse racing, but Dell switched it off due to his phone, which is an aerial. Get him turn TV off. Question 4. What was the surname of the boys that Boyce said was looking for Dell? And the answer is Driscoll. You can have Driscoll or Driscoll brothers. Okay. Number 5. What did Ronnie do at the end of the episode that indicated he had forgotten he was married to Cassandra? So the answer is he returned back to Dell's flat in mistake of his own flat. I love Dell's response. He goes, can I ask yourself something, Rodney? I mean to tell you this. You don't live here anymore. And Rodney goes, Oh, she'll go flipping loopy. All of that. So yeah, let's talk about series 7. So in the series, see a lot more of Raquel. You'll have seen her in specials, so this is the series you see more of Raquel. So let's talk about Sky's the Limit, which was the first episode of the series. He ain't heavy, he's my uncle. That was the second to last episode. And three men, a woman, and a baby, which was the final episode of the series 7. So Sky's the Limit. Oh, I forgot to. Well, it doesn't matter. I forgot to put these red. Okay, where did Uncle Albert think Raquel slept at the flat? And the answer is Rodney's old room. But in fact, Raquel was sleeping with Dell. Number 2, what make of car did Dell say Uncle Albert's laugh sounded like? And it was a larder. Never heard of a car called a larder. No. Question 3. Can you recall the cowboy name Dell called Marlene's brother when he saw him at Boyce's house? And he nicknamed him Bronco. Hey, Bronco! Question 4. Instead of Cassandra's plane landed in London airport, where did it land due to it being rerouted by air traffic patrol? And it got rerouted to Manchester Airport. If you got Manchester, I can give you the point. If you got Manchester Airport, I'll give you the point for that. Question 5. What did Dell and Rodney shout in the final scene as the plane was heading towards the flat? They shouted, "Turn it off!" Because the satellite dish they had was from the signal for the planes. So they were heading towards the flat and they was just shouting out, just turn off the satellite dish thing. The signal dish, whatever it's called. So yeah, that's the Sky's the Limit. So let's move on to He Ain't Heavy, He's My Uncle. Sorry, I've not highlighted these red, so I do apologise. Question 1. When Dell saw Uncle Albert exercising in his vest and shorts in the flat, what famous football player name did he call him by? So he called him by Gaza, or you can have it as Paul Gascoigne. Get a point for either. Okay, so number 2. What game were Uncle Albert and his friends playing at the Nag's Head? And in fact, it's dominoes. Question 3. Can you recall the film starring Robert Redford that Raquel reminded to Dell was just about to come on before Rodney rushes in to tell Dell that Uncle Albert had been beaten up? In fact, it was Out of Africa. Poor Uncle Albert. Oh, bless him. Question 4. What did Uncle Albert let out a cry when he was sitting on the armchair in his flat? And in fact, poor Uncle Albert, he wet himself because he roared like a lion. And he made himself jump and he wet himself, bless him. And when he was getting changed, Ronnie came in and he sat in the chair. And Dell said, "Oh, don't sit there." Went, no. He just sat there in his wet patch, went, "Oh, bless." Made me laugh. It's like, "Oh, he's got a smell now, Rodney, bless him." Question 5. What's the name of the man who had beaten Uncle Albert and why did he hurt him? In this episode, Uncle Albert said it was, I think he said it was 4, and then he said it was 5, and then he said 6. So, oh, Jesus. I'm like, is that true? I don't think that's happened. Okay, I think I had a feeling that it would be this person, and in fact, it was Knock Knock. And the reason why got beaten up by him, Uncle Albert lost the game of dominoes, and Albert said he can beat him out of anything. Yeah, and he gave Uncle Albert his medals back. Yeah, and Delboy got angry. So we're looking at these 6 muggers. There's 5 muggers, and then Raquel said, "No, 6. 6?" And said, "Oh, if they get near me again, I'll fight them." And then I'll try to get Uncle Albert. Try it. Funny. Oh my god. Okay, so let's move on to the final episode, which is 3 men, a woman, and a baby. Question 1. What did Uncle Albert tell Ronnie that Dell and Raquel were thinking of naming their baby? And what was Ronnie's response? So they were going to call it Ronnie at first, and then Ronnie goes, "Oh, little sod." Yeah. Imagine calling Rodney. Question 2. What was Dell Boyce selling in this episode? Well, I can give you her pieces or wigs. Any of them will do. Number 3. What happened when the male midwife bent over to examine Raquel? Well, his wig fell off. Bless him. Question 4. When Rodney asked Dell if there were any signs of the baby when they saw the head, what did Rodney say? There was the numbers on the baby's head. And then Dell goes, numbers? Talk about numbers, not a bleeding raffle. Question 5. What horror film did Dell and Raquel name their oldest son from that shocked Rodney? In fact, his name's Damien, which is from the horror film Omen. I've seen Omen, oh my god, so scary. I think they made that new one, didn't they? A couple of years back. I've seen the old one scary. Oh my god. Yeah, you wouldn't want to watch that on your own. No. Okay, so now I will talk about 2 of the characters who appear in series 6 and 7. Okay, let's talk about Raquel. So we see her first in the specials first, and then Cassandra's second in series 6. Okay, all about Raquel. Oh, highlighted it red there for you. Which actress played the role of Raquel? Okay, her name is Tessa Peake Jones. You could have Tessa Jones or Tessa Peake Jones. Yeah, lovely. Question 2. In which special do we see Raquel for the first time? And we see her in Dates. I love that special. One of my favourites. Number 3. What's the name of Raquel and Dell's only son? In fact, I told you in the previous one, and it's Damien. Question 4. What are the names of Raquel's parents? And they're in fact James and Audrey Turner. Question 5. True or false? She appeared in Rock and Chips. Nope, that's false. She didn't. Question 6. Who is she still married to? And it's in fact Slater, or you can have Roy Slater. Have a point for that. Question 7. What is her occupation? Well, you can have entertainer. That's what she is, because she does singing, acting, a bit of dancing. Could we see her in Dates as a stripper? But she was with an acting class, so do you class her as a stripper? Okay, number 8. What is Raquel's surname? Her surname is Turner. Question 9. What is Raquel's father's occupation? And he's an antique dealer. Question 10. True or false? Dell and Raquel first met at a bus station. Nope, they met at a train station. Okay, so let's move on to all about Cassandra. Number 1. Which actress played the role of Cassandra? The answer is Gwyneth Strong. Yeah, she's been in a lot of things, Gwyneth. She was in Touch of Frost with David Jason. I don't think she was in a lot of them. I think she played a policewoman. It's true about that. Number 2. What is Cassandra's middle name? And name is Louise. We found this out in a problem when they get married to Rodney. Question 3. In which episode do we see Cassandra for the first time? And the answer is Yuppie You Love. Yep, because they meet at the evening college or school, what you name it. Question 4. Name both parents of Cassandra. They are Alan and Pamela Harry. Question 5. What is the name of Rodney's and Cassandra's only daughter? Answer is Joan, named after Rodney's and Dell's mother. Number 6. What is her occupation? You can have bank clerk or a bank accountant, and it will do. Question 7. In which special does Cassandra suffer miscarriage? Modern Men. It was brilliant done, that special of Only Fools and Horses. So much emotion in there, but they made it funny as well, because Dell said to Rodney, because you don't want any sobbing or boo, you can do that in the car home. And when they got into the room, Dell was crying his head off. It was like, oh my god. It was crying like a big baby. But they made it funny as well. Great episode. Yeah. Question 8. True or false? Cassandra was born Peckham, London. That is true. She was born in Peckham, London. That's correct. Number 9. What is the name of Cassandra's posh boss who Ronnie ends up punching through jealousy? And that's Stephen. We see him in a special Jolly Boys outing. Posh. Question 10. What year did Cassandra and Rodney get married? And the year was 1989. Fact about this. Rodney was 26 when they got married and Cassandra was 21. So there is a 5-year gap between them both. I didn't know that. No? Looked online, I was like, whoa. Doesn't matter about the only 5 years, isn't it? So that's a quiz over and done with. So thank you very much for everyone who sent in the answers to this quiz. We've got a new winner this week, who is Team Fools. So well done. We've got about 2 wrong. Well done. So keep an eye out for tomorrow's quiz, and I will see you soon. Bye now.